Welcome back to Seasons, a devotional that's based on my book by the same name. And today we're going to be talking about don't sweat the small stuff. So often, all those small stuffs can grow up into being a humongous mess. But they don't need to do so if we consult with our Heavenly Father. One day, over a cup of coffee, I asked my friend how things were going now that the last of her kids had moved out. And she told me that she really appreciated the time that she could have with her husband. They had, and they still have, an incredible marriage. But she also admitted that she was experiencing a little bit of empty house syndrome. She really missed those day-to-day encounters that she had with her children. She also missed those little teachable moments that come throughout a day when you're washing the dishes or you're teaching your kids how to cook or do their own laundry. All of those things she missed much more than the deep, meaningful, mark on your calendar conversations. It was the everyday stuff that she missed doing with her kids. She also knew, now that some of her older kids were beginning to have children, that she had decades of life experience raising kids, and that her children could probably tap into a lot of that wisdom as they began their families, if only they'd ask. Just as we were finishing our little chat, she casually spoke this little nugget of truth. She said, "I think I understand now what God must feel. His children think they've outgrown the need to chat with him about their daily joys and worries and little decisions that they need to make on a daily basis. Perhaps they don't want to bother him with the trivial matters, or maybe they think that God thinks they should have outgrown asking him all this kind of thing. I wonder if God's heart aches at times. I wonder if he misses his kids coming to him with the small stuff." Now, a child is truly blessed if they have a wise earthly father who is available to them day or night, no matter how old they get. But even those children, when they grow up into adulthood, they learn to call upon him less and less for such advice. They think that they must learn to make their own way in the world after all. In contrast, as Christians move towards spiritual maturity, they become more dependent on God's guidance. A mature believer leans heavily upon God's wisdom and direction in their everyday dealings, and they take the time to consult him about the small stuff in life. They realize that they may know a lot, but they know a heck of a lot less than God does. John Wesley said it really well. The way that he phrases this is a little bit different, so please listen, because he wrote this over 200 years ago, I think. "When I was young, I was sure of everything. In a few years, having been mistaken 1,000 times, I was not half so sure of most of the things I was before. At present, I am hardly sure of anything but what God has revealed to me." Yes, our relationship with our earthly parents changes as we grow up. So does our spiritual relationship with God. I'm not saying that we should be praying and fasting about every decision we make in life. Should I have one egg or 2 eggs? But we should remain in that childlike posture and keep our heart teachable as we mature in the Lord. I don't think this phrase should ever be on our lips or in our heart when it comes to the matters of God. It's okay, God, you can step back, take it easy, I've got this one.